I grew up in Wallen and I played footy with the boys there, which is just awesome because they didn't really care that I was a girl. I was just another person playing footy with them. I never was really exposed to that. The boys just let me play, and my family loved it, and my dad played and my brother played, and it was just second nature. The boys that I grew up playing footy with, unfortunately when I was 15, one of them did pass away in a really tragic accident, and it shifted everything for me. That was the first time that you sort of have to understand what life can hold and different aspects of life, and I didn't know how to deal with it at the time, but all I knew was I'd met him through footy and I'd found an awesome relationship with him in footy, and when you're 15 and something like that happens, you don't know how to deal with it, so I probably lent more to wanting to run away from it or anything that brought those feelings and emotions back up. Footy was one of those things that, because it was what built our relationship, it ultimately ended up being something that I probably felt more pain in than anything, and maybe footy was just better left in the past and a thing that was part of who I was before I had to go through losing him and learning all those lessons, and I thought that maybe I just would leave it there. You go through the whole Vic camp, the whole Vic pre-season of getting selected for Victoria, and it's all really exciting, and it was for me. It was really, really exciting. I still loved footy, and then came the stage where we're getting selected for the team to actually play the next day, and by this time we were on the camp and we were with all of our team, and I just had this overwhelming feeling of not wanting to do it and not wanting to be a part of it. And I went in and I spoke to my coach Paul, and I said to him, you can take me out of the team tomorrow. I don't want to do it. I don't want to be part of it. And that moment was so important in what was to come for me, because through the whole lead up to getting selected for Vic, I was really passionate about it. I was so excited, and I was driven, and I guess it was a real flick of a switch. And he was able to identify that pretty quickly, which I'm forever thankful for, because he gave me the time, he gave me the space. I went back the next morning and I spoke to him about it again, and he really encouraged me to play, and that he could see that it was something bigger, and just having the space to, I guess, have a first conversation and go back and have a second, where I could see that he actually cared enough to notice changes and to notice little things. And for him also not coming in and trying to fix it straight away, he did it in a really gentle way, which made me sort of understand that you don't have to run and you don't have to hide from it all. It's okay to sit in it, and it's all okay to have conversation with people about it, and to really then turning footy into a vehicle to honour somebody who meant so much to me. That conversation with Paul started all of that.
Based on how she's going off, you'd imagine that's ankle, foot, somewhere in the lower leg region.
We'll just take a look, and it's that left knee, and she's grabbed it straight away, and I had eyes on her like a hawk. She was punching the ground.
I don't physically remember, punching the ground or grabbing my knee. I remember being on the ground and knowing our team had momentum, and they were calling for a stretcher, and I thought, not a chance, we're on here. By the time I got to the bench, I thought I had a cramp, and I was so embarrassed. The girls played probably the best game I think Collingwood has ever played, and I remember still feeling a real part of it until we sung the song, and after we sung the song was when it hit. Seeing the reaction of everyone really made me understand what I was about to have to go through. It really rattles you those first few months, and I think that it's probably a part of injury not enough people speak about. In a way, you grieve part of your sport. You go from being at the top of your game to being in bed and having to rely on everyone for any aspect of who you are, and your team keeps training. You sort of get this feeling and these thoughts of, do they need me? Am I as important to them as I sort of thought I am? And, you can reflect on that now that I'm feeling good and think, it's just great that they could still do it. But in those moments where you sacrifice so much and you give so much of yourself to that, it's really hard in the midst of things to look at things with perspective. And sometimes you need somebody else to come in with that perspective, which, again, when we think back to my situation with Paul, he was able to go, the perspective here is Brit's had all this stuff go on, she's really struggling with this. For me, in that moment, it wasn't about this bigger picture. It was just, I don't want to do it right now. I'm feeling crap, I'm feeling angry, I'm not going to do it. And that's where other people can play such a big role.
So we've been in discussion about what we do with you now, and we've decided to give you the all clear to return back to full training.
For me, it's about taking a breath and enjoying just being a footballer again. And that's everything with being a footballer. I want to enjoy every training session, even the ones that are hard. I want to enjoy the laughs with the girls in the change rooms before it. I just want to spend this season enjoying it. And when you are in those moments of going through things like your knee, you understand how good every little moment of footy is, and that's all you want. And I finally found myself in an opportunity to have that again. So I want to really grasp that, and I just want to have fun with it.